Hello, I'm Dr. Erik Adriaanse from Sasol Fertilizers. Today I'm going to talk to you about risk differences between end sources. First of all, I want to point out the advantages of using ammonium nitrate based products against urea based products. There would be quicker uptake. That's now for ammonium nitrate. It's more readily available to be taken up. It'll be closer to the preferred nitrate in ammonium in ratio. It'll be less toxic. It'll have less leaching, less volatilization that you'll experience from ammonium nitrate. It'll be less acidifying, and as a result of these benefits, you can expect higher yield and also higher profit. Now, risk is normally associated with adverse weather conditions. So, if you have a drought, like with an El Nino, you'll have more toxicity effects and you can also have more volatilization, because normally you just have moisture but not a lot of water. High concentrations of nitrogen will result in more volatilization and toxicity. A La Nina will result in more water and more leaching in the end. And also the availability. If you have water that's saturating the soil, the availability of the nitrogen in that soil will also be affected. If you have cold conditions, the availability will be affected because the conversion processes of a product like urea will be negatively affected under cold conditions. When it's very hot, warm conditions, you'll have more volatilization. When you've got high pH in the soil, you'll have more volatilization. If you have a lot of plant residues on the soil surface, you will in the end also have more volatilization. Higher N rates will also result in higher concentrations, giving you more volatilization and also more toxicity effects. In these pictures, the benefit of ammonium nitrate is illustrated against simply ammonium in the form of ammonium sulfate and ammonium chloride to the left and ammonium nitrate on the right. So, the ammonium nutrient solution did not perform as well because all the plant could see was ammonium, and the plant prefers a combination of the two. Toxicity effects on the left for urea, no toxicity effects with ammonium nitrate at the same N rate. With wheat, also 60 kilograms of N per hectare in the case of urea, where you have the tips showing burn effects, necrosis effects. On the right, no effect with ammonium nitrate based product called CAN. Mortality of plants for maize in on-the-field conditions where these products have been band placed. On the left, you've got LAN. You also see some reduction in plant population, but on the right, where you've used urea, when you go to higher N rates, this effect is far more pronounced. Now, under very dry conditions, as we've illustrated in this instance, you've got severe toxicity effects with urea when band placed and when you've got dry conditions after application. The difference for applications before planting is not as big, although you've got better efficacy with LAN compared to urea there before planting and also after planting, which is normal. But for the at planting applications, this difference is far more pronounced because the rain stayed away after planting. If we look at the same trial, but we look at the effect over N rates, you'll notice also a very pronounced effect of an 88% yield difference under very dry conditions especially at the high N rates. Now, leaching differences. As I've said, LAN or CAN contains 50% ammonium, same as ammonium sulfate, and 50% nitrate N, same as calcium nitrate. So half of the nitrogen in this product will react as ammonium sulfate, remaining on the soil surface. Then the other half will react as calcium nitrate, leaching down the profile. While in the case of urea, it'll go as deep as water penetration with the water. So what is the actual difference? Half of the nitrogen of LAN will not leach, while the other half will leach in the form of nitrate. But what you should realize is that the nitrate N is taken up quicker. So in effect, the nitrate N will also leach less than urea N. Urea N must first be converted. Volatilization differences affected by temperature, as in Argentina. In September, when it's cold, the volatilization from urea was 8%, increasing to 45% in December. But with LAN, it was 0 in September, increasing to 2% in December, which is a huge difference. If you use a urea stabilizer like agrotane, the volatilization at high temperatures can be reduced, but it will not be as low as with LAN at 2%. UAN, which is urea ammonium nitrate, will fall somewhere in between those two products. In this slide, we're demonstrating the effect of high pH on volatilization. As the pH water increased from 6.5 to 9.1, urea showed the most volatilization of all the products, followed by DAP, ammonium sulfate, MAP, and then LAN. So the volatilization due to high pH will be much less with LAN compared to urea. This slide demonstrates the effect of plant residues. On the left, you've got urea, then LAN and ammonium sulfate. The dark blue would be thrashed material, as in sugar cane, while the lighter bar would be unthrashed. So when you thrash it, it'll increase the volatilization. And again, look at the huge difference between the effect of thrashing on volatilization of urea compared to LAN. I've already spoken about agrotane, which is a urea stabilizer, stabilizing the effect of volatilization and also the effect of toxicity, because it inhibits the conversion of urea to ammonium. This product can have benefits, positive benefits in terms of yield, but it can also have negative differences due to more leaching and less availability when required. So from no differences in the middle, you can have yield losses to 2.07 tons per hectare due to the use of agrotane, although you can have a yield benefit of 1.7 tons per hectare. But you need to know when to use it and when not to use it. And under conditions where you've got leaching and where you require nitrogen immediately, it is not recommended. So, to summarize, under normal conditions, normal variation, higher yield for ammonium nitrate compared to other products, urea-based products. The difference in yield will be 5.5% to 25.3%. But under adverse conditions, as I have demonstrated, under drought, El Nino conditions, the difference can be 88 to 177% yield. This can even be more if you've got mortality effects, if you've got severe leaching, severe volatilization effects caused by adverse weather conditions. Agrotane added to urea can have the risk of delaying the availability for uptake and increasing leaching. So, guys, to summarize, it is recommended that ammonium nitrate-based products should be used for lower risk of a yield loss due to quicker uptake, lower toxicity, less leaching, less volatilization. And this will specifically be true, will specifically apply to adverse weather conditions. Thank you very much.